Hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel and the first episode of Not Quite Dead Hi-Fi, a channel dedicated to keeping vintage hi-fi equipment out of the grave. My name's Jeff. I'm obviously the tech guy, and this episode's going to be centered around a Nakamichi T430 tuner. So this is the tuner we were talking about. It's a Nakamichi T430, manufactured in 1977. Quite a hot performer in its day. It was rated one of the top 10 tuners of its time. So let's see what it's got in store for us. So this is an analog tuner, so no digital readout or station memories. We got the tuning knob down here, some buttons to control various features, and of course the tuning slide indicator. So before we dig into this, always a good idea to download service manuals, operators manuals, all that stuff off the internet. Before we power it on, we want to make sure it's not going to blow up. So we'll just do a quick inspection. Well, the first thing I see is the Dolby E-board's missing, but we don't care. Nobody really uses Dolby and FM anymore. Looks pretty clean. I don't see anything that looks out of whack. So I think we're ready to power it on. We've plugged it in, hooked up an antenna, powered up. Let's see what works, what doesn't work. I'll turn it on. The power switch is on the back, which is kind of inconvenient. So we'll turn it on. Turning the tuning knob. Well, the first thing I notice is there should be two green pointers and a little amber one for the tuning knob. They don't appear to be working. As I tune this across the band, we should be seeing this signal light and the stereo light flicker, and they don't appear to be working either. Before we go any further, I think we should replace the lamps in this. This is actually old enough it uses lamps, not LEDs. The lamps are actually located on this little carrier board. Nakamichi, the service manual says I should take all of this apart and pull the carrier board back to access those lamps. I don't want to do that because this looks to be in really good condition. Instead, I'm going to try and remove this black carrier plate. That should allow us to tip this board back where I can access the solder connections from behind. To avoid taking this all apart, we're going to try and get this carriage out. I think if I remove this screw, and this screw, I can pull this black carriage back. That'll let me tip that circuit board up, get to the back of it to unsolder the lamps. Same way, I think if I just take out this screw and this screw, I'll be able to pull this carrier back and get to the lamps for the signal and the stereo light. I noticed somebody's already been in here because you can see this rubber's all kind of bent out of shape. Due to the magic of video editing, you don't have to watch me replacing all the lamps. Let's just say all 5 of them are replaced. Let's power this on and see if it works. Wow, that's good news. I see the little amber pointer going. If we tune into a station now, oh, look at that. The green lights work, telling us which way to turn the tuning knob for best signal. And then you can see down here the signal light and the stereo light work. We're in business. Let's give this a listen and see how it sounds.
Last night I hold a Lenon's lamb. I sure wish that I could stay. If all the thing could answer me, will someone...
Oh, that is incredible. The sound is so much better than my reference tuner in the shop. So much quieter. Even the stereo separation is better. This is a really nice tuner. Now, anything this old, we should probably go through and do a full alignment. I'm not going to do that on this episode. We'll save that for another day. For more information on this tuner and all the stuff that we've done, you can visit our website, NotQuiteDeadHiFi.com, by clicking the link in this video. That's assuming our illustrious editor Peter can figure out how to make that work, or by visiting our website through the link that's shown underneath this video. If you've got a piece of vintage hi-fi gear that you'd like to keep out of the grave, be sure to send us a message through the link on our website, and maybe your piece of gear will be featured on an up-and-coming episode of Not Quite Dead Hi-Fi. My name's Jeff. Thanks for joining us. See you later.